See you, TMG.
But yeah, literally, so yeah, AC Milan, yeah, hopefully they can get through to these semis and maybe win the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing winning it. You know, Pep's crowning moment.
Pep deserves it, man. It deserves it. Oh, there's other things it deserves, but Pep has been
Nothing.
He's been knocking for so long. If he does fail now, it's really down on him. Like, I'm looking forward to the Real Madrid matchup because it's gonna be an interesting tie because it's historical greatness against common day, common
The
day
new boys,
yeah, elite.
the new kids on the block.
Yeah, and it's like, would the occasion or the knowledge that Real Madrid have of those occasions be too much for Man City? Tactically, Pep is just a level above Ancelotti, but mentally, those Real Madrid players, they're just above City. City don't have that mental strength, and hopefully someone like Haaland, that I personally haven't seen Haaland phase from any challenge. Like, he's consistent in his performances. He just does what he does.
And Android, he has no feelings.
And hopefully that's what carries them through. Because sometimes you need players that are not overawed by situations.
Yeah.
And sometimes Man City, they get overawed, or they just mentally they're out of it. Any sign of adversity, they start to crumble. So
yeah, literally. I mean, from an Arsenal fan's perspective, hopefully they focus more on the Champions League when it gets to the crunch time and they take that out of the league. Especially now that Arsenal are starting to fumble. Like I did say it. Oh, I didn't say it well. I said that I didn't really believe Arsenal won the league, and I'm painfully.
Do you think there's anticipation of Arsenal not winning the league, or is it just that you're setting yourself up to be? You're setting yourself up to not be let down if Arsenal don't win the league.
Nah, I think it's a bit because the way for Arsenal to win the league, in my opinion, a lot of things will have to go Arsenal's way. Injuries. City's focus will have to be swayed, things like that, and Arsenal squad is just not thick enough for me to say they'll win the league. For example, with City, even they've won the leagues with their best player going down injured for multiple. For De Bruyne, I think there's 2 seasons they won the league where he's been injured for. He's missed a sizable amount of games. They won the league without a striker. They have so many centre backs. Heck, if Edison got injured, they probably still win the league. Kyle Walker doesn't even play no more. The only one they'll probably struggle to replace the most at this point in time, it seems like Rodri, especially if Fernandinho going, but obviously Gundogan could probably even do a stint there. Honestly, no, they got John Stones now. John Stones will probably fill in there.
They got Calvin Phillips if he ever plays.
But even Calvin Phillips, like Arsenal just don't have that squad. Like if Saka was to go down,
Arsenal don't rotate enough, and Arteta doesn't trust enough players to integrate them. Because what you should do over time is that when a player's injured, you don't just bring someone out of the cold. You need to have players that are getting minutes. Those minutes might be 30 minutes here and there, or you rotate the guy out of the squad. He's taking him out of the firing line. Like, if you look at it, for example, if anyone wants to go down, if anyone in front three goes down, Trossard can step in because Trossard actually gets minutes. You can't just bring someone out of the cold and say, oh, we need you to step in. That's why Man City is so good with the next man up mentality, because Pep is constantly rotating players in and out. So he keeps them in the loop, he keeps you active. Like, he can just bring in Foden, he can bring in Silva, he can bring in these guys because they're not totally frozen out. He'll give you 30 minutes here and there, or he'll just throw you in the game randomly. So you're always ready. Like with Arsenal, Arteta's got this thing where it's the first 11 is his guys. If there's not anything outside of that first 11, then you're coming in, you know you're not a chosen guy from Arteta. And when guys come in from the cold, they don't play with the confidence. Holden is at the back. He's not playing with confidence. He's been set up to fail. He's technically set up to fail. Like, you're not giving him any chance to be comfortable on the ball. Like, he's so safe now because he knows that if he makes a mistake, guys are on him. It's because he doesn't get any minutes. He doesn't play. He barely plays.
he's not good enough.
He shouldn't be at Arsenal then. If you're not good enough, you shouldn't be in the squad. You shouldn't be an option. Yeah, sometimes you have to take guys out of the whole team to not be an option because the manager likes using them.
Yeah, they got that Polish guy.
He's obviously not trusted. And he's left-footed, so he's not going to play him with Gabriel.
He should, if he's good enough player, man. My teams that have 2 right foot centre backs, play that motherfucker, man. But I mean, Saliba's obviously gone down. Just a little bit went down injured.
See, and if you know that a certain type of, this is my thing. If you know you have a certain type of defender, and that defender works for you, why would you get another type of? Wouldn't you want all your options to be that type of defender? Like, I'm trying to replicate Saliba and Gabriel with my backup centre back, so we're not miss a step. Why would you buy it? Why would you have a guy in your squad that doesn't play the football that you want to do? That you have to fit into.
I mean, Holden was there before, I believe, Artistic Games. So I'm trying to get rid of him.
It's
that Pivotsky guy is kind of quick as well, actually. But, hey, like I said, for me, Arsenal was more about securing Champions League football again, kicking on. We're ahead of schedule with the title challenge.
Yeah. Wait, life doesn't work. We didn't hear about that.
Hey, if Arsenal happen to win, fantastic. If they don't, hey, I'm on face.
You know, life doesn't work linear like that. Like, it doesn't work like, oh, you did this year, then you do that.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. But most of the time, it does. It'd be like you progress year by year. But when you get a chance, it might be the only chance. It might be the chance that you regret. Because teams only strengthen. From year to year, there's going to be a different challenger. Who's to know what Liverpool will be like next year to get this?
It's rare that you have Liverpool off it, Chelsea off it, Man United off it.
Like,
well.
just trying to figure out where they are. Like
Spurs off it, even though they never really.
Yeah, and Newcastle's getting better. Villa seem to have found a former.
I think Villa
obviously not better.
Villa will end up being like they will probably were with Martin O'Neill. I think they finished 4th once, around 4th to 6th.
Yeah, they still didn't get champs because someone won the Champions League.
Yeah, around that period, 4th to 6th. That's what Villa will be. Because Unai Emery, who knows? Actually, he might get him 4th, but Unai Emery can't really make those. His Europa League phenomenon, Champions League, he's not really at that level. And top of winning league titles, he doesn't really do that. He's not like he can't really manage superstar teams and players. I thought him going to Villa was fantastic. Like, Villa is his Villarreal or his Valencia or whatever else he could be managed.
He knows how to deal with players that
of a certain level.
Yeah, that don't have ego, that are willing to learn.
Yeah,
and sacrifice. To be fair, his first season at Arsenal was fine. It's just Arsenal buckled at the end of the season. And then obviously guys were going to turn on him because the philosophy, the style of play wasn't good. And then that actually, the Arsenal fans turning on Emery so fast actually helped Arteta because their boys knew they couldn't do knee-jerk reaction now. They had to actually invest in a project. And then Arteta, look, he's come good. He's shown himself to be a capable manager, a top coach. He obviously is learning on the job as well. This is his first title race. And you can see that obviously he's making mistakes. Not mistakes, or he's got a lack of trust in his options, which are obviously impacting Arsenal's race in the title, isn't it? So we just need to give him some time, give him some grace, hopefully push on as an Arsenal team, invest in options so that when guys get injured, you're not worried. Like the Arsenal midfield is all of a sudden very aging. Like Partey's 30, I think it's Xhaka's 30, Jorginho's 30, and Ernie's like they're all 30 plus. So we've only got a couple more peak years left. So you need to overhaul the midfield. Not overhaul, but you need to start injecting some youth into that midfield. Guys like Fabio Vieira, he needs to bulk up so he can start playing for Arsenal. Be part of the next revolution. Centre back wise, we're very comfortable. Defensively, he seems to have the guys that he wants and the profile of guys he needs. So you just need to get some capable backups.
Give me a right back, man.
Why? You don't like White?
He's unconventional one day right back. I think that might be.
But then you see the way they're playing centre backs at right back. They're playing centre backs at right back. So it's a pet thing, isn't it? You try and I don't know. You want more ball players on the board. You're kind of becoming a bit more negative in the right back area.
Give me a conventional right back and flap him on that place. Ben White's done a good job. But if you get me an actual right back, then our centre back issues will be fine. Ben White, Saliba, and Gabriel, fantastic little rotation there.
I'm actually surprised. It's shocking that all of a sudden the full back position has become the defensive attributes are more valid than the attacking attributes for that. Is that because the wingers have changed? Because we don't really get that many touchline wingers anymore.
What you saying for fullbacks? It's flipped again, like defensive.
Yeah, it's flipped.
Has
It's
it?
more defensive.
Has it?
Like, what are the attacking fullbacks doing?
I mean, so the left back for City is. What's concerned? Who's the current left back now?
They play okay.
Very true. Who's the right back now?
They play White Stones on paper, but they don't really have a right back.
Very true. Interesting. I mean, across the continent of Europe, you still have more flying fullbacks, but yeah, for Arsenal, I guess Arsenal, Man City, it's kind of changed. Obviously, Liverpool's future right backs in Trent and
Trent's starting to play inverted.
and Robertson haven't been that great this season.
Trent's been playing inverted in the last couple of games.
Maybe they're trying to make more in underlaps rather than overlaps and be more inverted, having more technical skills to match the pack in midfield and to take the game there rather than making it overlaps. So yeah, the inverted fullback thing is.
But you know what? You know football is all about. It's moves. There's moves and counter moves. Eventually, a flying fullback will come back.
Yeah, it could be.
Because the flying fullback will come back. Or top flying wingers. Like before someone decides, oh, if they're gonna give us so much space out wide, we're just gonna have top flying wingers.
Mm-hmm.
Football is constantly evolving. It's good to understand. I wonder who will be the first one to capitalize on the wide men aspect of the game, because it's weird. Because you got fullbacks cutting in, you got underlapping runs. Like, where's the whip coming from?
Yeah, where's the whip come from? That's a very good question.
So it will change again. Anything you wanted to add on football before we move on to your boy time?
Team of season quick or so far?
So, my goalkeeper, I have Alisson.
Alisson.
Yes.
Why?
He's been the best goalkeeper this season.
You guys made so many mistakes.
What mistakes?
I'll probably get like on the
What mistakes?
court. He's made so many mistakes. I'll probably go Pope.
Pope's made more mistakes.
I mean,
Pope was taking out Salah, and then he's got. I think Pope's got the most clean. He's got most clean sheets.
Alisson's made a lot of mistakes.
Are you sure? Or is it just Liverpool's defense that have made mistakes?
He has made mistakes. He's been caught on the ball. Some of the goals you can see them are very soft. I got Pope, Trippier, Saliba,
Trippier over White.
Yeah, I got Trippier over White.
I got Saliba and Gabriel.
I got Saliba and Diaz, Zinchenko, Rodri, Odegaard. It was a toss up between Matoma and Grealish. I'm probably gonna go. The first half of the season was not great from what I remember, but second half, maybe Grealish.
This has been good for the second half.
Maybe Grealish might nick it for me. Saka, Martinelli, and Haaland.
No game.
Nah, get him out here, man.
How about KDB?
This one's I've Odegaard slightly ahead. By the time the season finishes, KDB might nip it.
And then Partey? You got Partey in?
No, I got Rodri.
It's interesting. I can see Trippier. I had Alisson, Trippier. I had Gabriel. My other centre back spot, I was like, I am not sure, because technically the best centre back pairing has been Gabriel and Saliba, but I actually went Botman. I think Botman's been impressive for the first season in the league.
He's up there.
He's been impressive for the first season, and I went Zinchenko because his impact on with Arsenal inverted has been impressive. So my midfield, I went Bruno, Partey, KDB.
Which Bruno?
Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno Fernandes has been very good this season.
Fair
I'm not a big Bruno guy, but for what he's done this season and the changes he's made in his game, he's still expressive in his play, where he loses the ball, but he's got a lot more coverage now with Casemiro. And I feel like that's been very helpful. And I would say Casemiro he only misses out because he just missed so many games through suspension. I don't know what he's on. And I went Saka, Haaland, Matoma. Because Matoma's impact has been kind of crazy.
No Martinelli.
No Martinelli. Martinelli's put up numbers, but I think Matoma's been very good this season. He added a new dynamic to Brighton, and Brighton have looked very threatening. And all the honourables are probably midfielders like Gomeres, been good.
Yeah.
Almiron, He was good at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, the national spot.
Yeah, Salah, you know, he's been putting up his usual numbers. It's 20 plus goals, 20. Yeah, but it's not looked great. And then Watkins, Tony, and all that. They're honourable mentions for good seasons.
They're too late, but
They're honourable mentions. Kane as well. Kane has put like 20.
Haaland's got a striker's thing sewn up. He's gonna break the record.
They're all honourable mentions.
He's already equalled the record for games in the 38 games, goals in the 38 game season. He's 2 away from the goals in the 42 game season. He's on track to get that 30.
If Almiron hadn't been injured, I would have put Almiron over Matoma, to be fair.
So, okay, quickly, how crucial Saka's penalty must be?
It could be season defining. It is what Saka makes it out to be. Does he bounce back? What's his next performance saying? Does he play with energy? Does he play with verve? If he doesn't, crush the Arsenal this season. And for me personally, I've seen how Saka responds from adversity. So I'm of the belief that the impact of this will actually spur him on to play better.
Because it wasn't that good against Liverpool. I mean, apart from the first goal, he kind of went quite after for the last 60 minutes or so. Even though Martinez should have given a better pass for that little breakaway. 2 games in a row, so dropped 2 goal leads.
Not impressive away from home. They really have to get back on track against Southampton.
4 points dropped.
If they buckle against Southampton, then it's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck.
Because they asked them to make sure because after Southampton we play City, asked them to make sure we win that game. Because we need to go into that game where we don't have to, in my opinion, we don't have to beat City. If we can get away with a draw, they're fantastic.
A draw, unless Saliba's fit, I just can't see a way Arsenal beat City. No, but I see City dropping points in other games.
Yeah, I mean, I would say City will most likely drop points, but they'll take that out of the ball when the Champions League gets to the nitty gritty. I think they're on track to play Real Madrid in the semi-final. 2 ferocious games, Premier League games either side, and City need to win the Champions League. They don't need to win the Premier League. They just need to win the Champions League. Like they win another Premier League and lose the Champions League, everyone will be like, oh, what now? But they win the Champions League and lose the Premier League, that's massive for City. Yeah. You know, that's when they really need to go on another gear, become a serious club. As I say, some people say you can't be a serious club without a Champions League, and I tend to agree with that. You know what I mean?